Sorry, everyone. I'm having computer problems tonight. Computer is putting up a fuss. Doesn't want to listen to harmonica, apparently. Who can blame it, right? All right, let me see if I got this right. Let's see. Green light is on. Check. Computer is showing you a weird place in the wall that I don't like you to see. Okay? I don't want you to see where this stops. This is very official. Then let's take a look at our songs of the night while people are loading in. We're going to do our note warm up on the harmonica, diatonic, and then we're going to play Ode to Joy. So a little Beethoven tonight. Then we're going to play Camptown Races, which is a fun song if you don't think about it too deeply. And then the chromatic scales, I put C sharp on there. I meant to update that. It's supposed to be. I think we're on to E flat tonight. I don't know. Hopefully, Vic, you'll let me know. I can't remember which scale we did last week. So will you remind me? I think we did D last week, if I remember right. Or maybe we're supposed to do it this week. I don't remember. And then we will do Danny Boy and Heidenröslein. We haven't played them in a long time, so it'll be fun to see what's on those sheet music, on those pages. Updated the recordings list. Diane sent me a note, and she says, hey, I don't see any of the most recent recordings. And she was right. So I went and got the updates straightened out. And so that part at least is up to date. So we're ready for E flat. That's what I thought. Thank you, Vic. All right, so we'll be doing E flat tonight. Okay. Which is a real key. Like, people actually play an E flat, so it's not a bad one to know. All right, so let me go find my harmonica stuff here. I don't need this, and I don't need this, and I will eventually need that. All right, so now let's see which ones of these are actually in the pad. Sometimes I think everything's in the pad, and then it turns out nothing's in there. Let's see. Harmonica. All right. Do I have Camptown Races in here? I do. Look at me. And then Danny Boy is in here. And Heidenröslein. Is it? EFG. Everything's downloaded. It's a miracle. Okay, so let's go grab diatonic notes and see. Hey, LG. Good to have you back. LG has been under the notion that there are other things to do besides play harmonica, which is like have a life, right? And what's that all about? All right, diatonics at the ready. You're in the key of C. And I realize as I'm sitting here, I forgot my bottle of water. So let's hope that there's enough humidity in here to get me through an hour of harmonica. All right, let's play the C major scale, and then we play that twice, and then let's play the A minor scale. Main reason we do this is to warm up the harmonica, and also to humble you when it comes to 8s, 9s, and 10s. Right? We don't want to get too full of ourselves and think we can play everything. All right, from the C major twice, A minor twice. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm out of breath. Hold on. Sorry. I like it to be continuous. Why am I out of breath? Well, partly because I didn't warm up good enough, apparently. Shucks. All right. Also, my nose is dripping a bit. I don't know why. We had a lot of wind here today. I think it blew some pollen around. All right. A minor scale starting at -6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Phew. Boy, I'm really out of here tonight. All right. We'll see. I'm probably going to knock over dead in the middle of this tonight. And so call the police, right? Let them know. Okay. No, Vic has my phone's sitting here in my pocket. If you called my phone to get a hold of my wife, she wouldn't know. And it's on silent. So just let me go in peace. All right. Ode to Joy. Okay. Ode to Joy. 2-pager. Set on MP3 set at 140. My note says played at 100. Slow it down, for goodness sakes. All right, and again, this is not a hard song in terms of getting quality tones out of here. 4, 5s, and 6s. I don't even know. Are there even any 7s? There's not. There's 1 7 at the very end. Okay, so let's just enjoy the ride. Remember, you're playing Beethoven, so play it with strength. 1, 2, 3, 4. Little stutter step there at the end. Guys, I'm going to ask you to wait 1 second while I run grab the tissue because my nose is running. I think it's allergies. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. It's the one thing I don't have in my studio here, and now I do. Yay, Costco. All right, let me get some. All right. Sorry about that. Vic says, Ode to Joy is a great song. Ode to Joy is a great song. And probably it's just a part of a much, much, much greater song. And, so, yeah, Beethoven knows how to write a little bit of music. And the crazy part is five notes on the piano, right? Is that it? I think that's it. 5 notes on the piano. And it just, yeah, it's crazy how good it is. All right, let's go take Camptown Races. Now, I feel like I always need to say this. Camptown Races comes from that vaudeville tradition, written by Stephen Foster. Stephen Foster was one of the first, well, I think he was the first professional songwriter in America. Wrote a ton of tunes that people just love. The problem is from that vaudeville tradition, which is incredibly racist and super uncool. And so the songs that we play of his, we play them for the melody, and then we sanitize the heck out of the lyrics. And so a lot of the times what you're playing is this cute little song that was not really cute back in the day. Well, people laughed at it, but they shouldn't. They shouldn't have been. They shouldn't think things are funny that are not funny. I'm not overly. I don't spend a lot of time worrying about the moral character of composers, especially dead ones. Well, even the live ones, really. But we should be aware of it, right? And so don't be thinking everybody's going to love this song. But the basic storyline here is that they're at the horse race, and he takes his money down there, and they bet on the horse, and there's kind of a scene, and then he wins and takes his money home. And it's got a million extra verses, but you'll get the basic idea from 2. And yeah, so da 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 dum da dum da dum da dum dum da 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 dum 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 bum bum. So great melodies, right? Great melodies. Lyrics not so great, so we fix them, right, and make them less terrible. And yeah, and then you just play. So, all right, from the top. Now remember, you have an 8th note pickup. So, bum 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 ba da bum bum bum. Kimo says, bummer, harmonica C lost in transit. Oh no, still working my way around a blues harp. Dang it, Amazon. Oh, Amazon doodah. Well, if Jeff Bezos wasn't so busy shooting on Katy Perry off into space, maybe he'd be able to focus in on getting his work done, right? These billionaires. All right. There's not a thing we're going to do about them until we start chopping their heads off. And don't chop billionaires' heads off, because people will not. Well, some people will cheer you, and other people will think you're bad. What we're going to do is hope that it arrives from Amazon next week. All right. I'm not advocating for revolution here on our harmonica broadcast. All right, Camptown raises. We're going to play all the way down, do major 16, come back and do it again. Okay? Remember to skip 16 the second time through. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. That's how it goes. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. And a little beak at the end. It's such a cool melody. It's so fun to play. Such a troubled history. But I tell you, it's kind of fun, isn't it? You can just be as silly as you want with it. The entire song, the original song, was super silly. Yeah, the horse gets stuck in the mud in the middle of the race. And the old mule cow came around the track. A bobtail flung her over his back, so he gets kicked off, right? People are falling everywhere. See them flying in a 10-mile hat, right? Giant cowboy. Yeah, it's just pure chaos on the racetrack. And And then he ends up with some money and goes home with it, doesn't he? Keep my money in my old toe bag. So he's carrying all of his winnings home in a suitcase. So yeah, cute song, really fun to play. Jeff Bezos. All right. Yeah, and really, honestly, Kamos, your what you call it, blues harmonica. Those are good harmonicas, right? Well, I guess there's some that are like $5, $10, and those aren't any good. But the ones that are 20, 25 bucks are fine. All right. Let's move on. I apologize. Man, my throat is just full of junk tonight. Chromatic scales. Let's do those. All right. So last week we did D major, we think. Yeah. Did we? Let's see. Vic has us on E flat. I'm going to go with Vic. Okay. I don't remember us playing D major, but maybe we did. And let's go to E flat. Okay. So E flat, I think the big takeaway from this is E flat, you start off, you got 3 flats in E flat. So the E's are flat, obviously, and then A's and B's are flat. So the good part about that from a harmonicist perspective is that you're going to start with the button down, but then it's going to be up for a while. Then when you push it down, you're going to get 2 notes in a row, push it, let it go, right? And so it's different than some of the others where you're in, out, trying not to have that sound, right? And I think it's fairly well placed on the harmonica. It's not quite as good as some of the later ones, but you only have 1 note in the first hole, and then you have you don't go higher than 9, right? So it's in kind of the sweet spot. I think the next few that we do start on in the second hole, and those are really going to sound going to be the easier ones to play. Keeping control of a -1 button draw is it's going to require your focus. Okay, all right. So let's play E flat major. Measure number 5. Let's play it 2 times through, see how we do. See if I can get it, keep enough air going to make it work. All right, E flat major, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I got off somewhere, didn't I? All right. That's not good. I'm like, this is going to be easy, and it's not easy at all. All right. From the top, E flat major. E flat major. Measure number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Close, right? Had a couple of spots in there that were iffy. The thing I like about the scale is is it 3 different times, 4 different times you stay in the same hole for 3 notes, which is unusual on some level, right? And so when I'm arranging, and you should think about this too when you're doing your arrangements, is if you can stay in the same hole, that's going to make life easier. But and then move at the last possible moment. So you might find a lot of times when your choice is, well, I can blow in hole 4 or I can blow in hole 5. Those are the same notes, but I'm already in number 4, so let's just stay in number 4. Usually that's the best arranging to do. And so this is kind of fun. This gives you a good example of 3 notes. We're used to 2 notes per hole, right? Blah, 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 blah. But in this case, you have several times when you're staying in the same hole for a little while, and it just makes you, like, your whole brain's like, are you sure? Are you sure, tablature? Are you telling me the truth, tablature? And it is. So pretty cool. Yeah, look at the next one. If you look at E major, every 2 notes, at least, you're switching the whole either up or down. And so that's a more typical scale. That's something you'd expect more of, is just 2 notes per hole. But this one, for whatever reason, how it lays out on the harmonica, you've got some places where, geez, I'll just write a song with those 3 notes in it, and then I won't ever have to use any of the other slots on my harmonica. Kind of interesting. I don't know why that's interesting. I think it's interesting. All right. Danny Boy. Okay. I have had students who hated Danny Boy. If you're that person, please don't tell me. Okay. I'm pretty sure that I have Irish in me, and I intend to weep openly when Danny Boy is played. With this one, we're in the key of G, so that's probably not that much button pushing. Okay, we got a couple on the first page, 3, 4 on the first page, and then when you switch over to page 2, it gets a little more intense. That top line on page 2 has a lot to stay focused in on. But the note that matters is at the beginning note in measure 14. Oh, I'll be here, right? You remember it goes way, way up there. And so you're hanging around on the 5s, -5, -5, -5, -8. You got to slide all the way up there. And because that's the highlight of the high moment in the whole entire song, man, you'd love to hit that -8 clean, right? And we'll see if I do. But playing through this, I really just enjoy the piece of music overall. And so pay attention when you get to 13. My note in the middle of 13, it says dump your air, right? So in other words, get your lungs empty, because you got -5, -5, -5, 8, and you want that one to be big, and then -7, -7 after that. So you're going to be sucking in an awful lot of air through that section. So so dump all your air out in the middle of 13. The other thing that I love to try to get right, in measure 1, you'll notice it's quarter note, quarter note, quarter note. Oh, Danny Boy, right? But when you make the turnaround, and you look at measure 17, there's quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, but they're a triplet. So you play that faster. But if you come, so you're going to play those 3 notes faster, even though they're both quarter notes. In measure 1, it's 1 note per beat, and in measure 17, it's 3 notes for 2 beats. So try, as you make that turnaround, to just play those notes a little faster as a triplet. One King Kong go, and I think it just creates a little bit more sophisticated feeling through there. So let's give it a try. Maybe I'm dying, and this will be my swan song. All right, here we go. From the top, let's do a 4-beat count-in plus the rest. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. Don't blow on a drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. Pretty nice, right? I'm pretty sure you could go down wherever the tourists come to your town. Just go sit on a park bench down there, or on the side of a wall or something, and just play that. Just learn that and just go play that. And put a tin can in front of you, and you'll walk away with $50. There you go. All right. I've never had any. I don't think I've ever had any of my students send me a note that, hey, I went outside and played on my harmonica in front of other people and they gave me money. I don't know if that's happened yet, but hopefully it does. Hopefully it has happened at some point. All right. You're not required to report your earnings to me. All right. Now, everybody knows that song, right? That song's pretty popular. But the next song nobody knows. Okay, so let's go take a look at that one real quick. All right, my friend Hildegard Gutendorfer taught me this song, and it is a very old-fashioned song from Germany prior to the big war, and it's from a text by Wolfgang von Goethe about a boy who goes and he picks a rose, and gets the thorn pokes him at the same time, and read into that what you will. And so I obviously don't read German, and so I don't even know what these words are. But I did have Hildegard check it, and she says they're fine. So, dum 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 da da dum 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 da 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 dum 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 da dum da 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 dum. Dum dum da 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 dum da dum. So that's the main idea. If you get that part, then the rest will start to flow together. So it's a very schmaltzy waltz, basically. Okay, and so give yourself a chance to just trust the tabs. I will help you with the rhythm a little bit, and I think you'll find that it comes together pretty nicely. With 3 sharps, right? So we're in the key of A. That means there's going to be a lot of button pushing. Okay, and just know that's going to happen. And I have no notes on my sheet at all, so it's going fine, just the way it's written. Okay, start with your button in, blow 5. Okay. Oh, it's in 6. So most of the so that's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But nobody counts it that way. You count it as 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Or 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet. So beats 1 and 2 are the strong ones, and then you've got a couple of in between each of those. Okay, or beats 1 and 4 are the strongs, 2 and 3, and 5 and 6 are weak. All right. Let's see if I can make it through without dying. 1, 2. No, that's not the right note. Let's try again. 1, 2. What am I playing? Hold on. There it is. Gosh. That's the note we're looking for. I'll put my finger above it. Sorry. I don't know. Can't get it right. Let's go from the beginning. 1, 2. Yeah, I messed that up pretty good. All right, so we'll add that. We'll keep that on the list for next week. I know I can do a better job than that. I don't know what happened there. So there's some harmonica for you for the evening. So couple thoughts. One, my schedule has changed rather dramatically down here, and I'm having a hard time getting in my practice time prior to showing up to class. And I'm turning over the website 15 minutes before we actually get to class. None of that is the way I like to do stuff. I like to be a little bit better prepared, and I like for you to have a little bit better idea of what songs we're going to be playing for the week ahead and all this stuff. So typically I just go down the sheet music, and I just, whatever song we're on, I just go to the next one, right? But I want to do better than that, and I also want to, I've been writing a ton of music for some of the other instruments, and I want to get those tabbed and posted. I've had Scotland the Brave sitting in my computer, I think done for 3 weeks now. I just can't find time to really go through it and make sure everything's right and all this. So there are going to be some schedule changes, and I'm going to be tightening up stuff. And so I haven't come to the final figure. I haven't figured out finally what I'm going to be doing. But I think what's probably likely to happen is I'll be doing a few more recorded lessons, and then I'll send them out, and then we will be meeting for maybe less often, and but I don't know that for sure yet. And so I'm going to look at my schedule and try to figure out a time when I can make sure that everything is nice and done and pretty for you. And so just keep an eye on the emails. They'll be coming out, and so there's that going on. And so thank you all for your patience as I work through all that. Just assume that you'll get an email when something important has been figured out. In the meantime, we'll just continue to assume that Tuesday night's our night until I figure it out for sure. And that's that. So have a wonderful evening. Thank you for playing harmonica with me. I hope it's going well for you. I hope you played better than I did. And I'm super excited about continuing our journey with this. And I'm super excited about K-Moss's harmonica in C showing up at her house in good shape. And I'm also excited to hear that Jeff Bezos is in good health wherever he is. So treat everyone with kindness. I will talk to you guys next week. Have a wonderful time. If you want to play some ukulele, I'm going to be same channel here in 20 minutes. So have a good evening. Peace.